Hi, this is Andy Turner with Illinois College. I am in Shuey Library, room 109. And in 109 now, we have a projector that goes onto the table. It's an Epson Brightlink 475 WI, and it's PC compatible. The Chromebook that you see here is attached with an HDMI cable. Now, the label on that cable shows that it's input 2. So that basically means that to the system that we have installed, which we have ready over here in the corner, 2 is indicated here. For TV 3, that's the projector. This is the display on the right, TV 2, and TV 1 is the display on the left. So when these are red, it means that signal is coming in and it's active. So in other words, this is the Chromebook coming into channel 2 because that cable back there was labeled 2, and it's going out of TV 1, which is the display on the left. Same for this, which is the display on the right, and same for this, which is the projector. So for the Chromebook to show here on the table is coming out of the Epson projector on the table. When it's connected to HDMI, audio will be coming out of here as well, and I'll demonstrate that. Just a sound file.
You who are highly esteemed,
You can probably hear that.
I'm about to speak to you, and stand up, for I have now been sent to you.
And that same display is mirrored on the right side. When you have a Chromebook or some HDMI connected device, that device will send its audio and video out of HDMI. And there are several HDMI cables that we'll have around the perimeter of the table here. The volume for the projector is on the remote here. And when you press volume up, you'll see on the screen that the volume now is going 10, 11, 12 and back down again. And that is quite loud. So now I want to say use the Windows computer, and the Windows computer is down here on the floor. We will take away the keyboard and mouse, and we will be able to use the pins, the digital pin, when we turn them on like thus, to interact with the mouse or with the digital marker on the physical whiteboard. And you can actually use a real dry erase marker on this whiteboard so that you can mark up an image or a spreadsheet or a Word document, as well as mark it up digitally. Now, to change the projector to go to the computer, notice on the remote you can hit computer, and what that'll do is pop over to Windows. Now Windows, again, is connected on the floor, and there are other VGA cables that will be available down here that you can connect to your normal Windows laptop. So the monitors are set up in this fashion. 3 is the projector, and then 1 is the display on the left, and 2 is the display on the right. Now these displays were still set to the HDMI for the Chromebook. So now I've got the Chromebook on the wall, and I've got Windows here on the table, so that 2 people can simultaneously collaborate. And we can be collaborating on the same Google document and Drive as well. But for now, I will go ahead and hit dsub, which is the same name as the VGA from your computer, and dsub is up here. Sorry, that's a little blurry on the video. But when I hit dsub on the display, notice that it'll now pick up Windows. And I will do the same over here as well. I can designate which one I'm interacting with by simply pointing at it. So now I've got 3 different displays coming from the same PC, which is down here. And we've got Dragon, naturally speaking, that you can use with a headset, and a control Windows with this headset or do dictation. So that will make a good addition to the library for archiving digital media, doing presentations, and doing video calls. So you can use Google Hangouts with the computer to do voice, or you can use one of the 6 Chromebooks that will be here locked up in a drawer on the left-hand side. So the VGA cable is connected to the top unit. Now, in this case, I've got 3 outputs already coming from the computer. Inputs 1 to this system is coming out of the computer, 2 is coming out of the computer, and 3 is coming out of the computer. Because you can see on the floor, we've got 3 different connections. And this will all be, of course, updated and cleaned up. But that is going to here, and then there and there, as you can see. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then that's indicated here, 1, 2, 3, going out of projector, left display, right display. And this is not used, 4 is not used, so I could connect another monitor here if we want to later. The top one is for VGA, the bottom one is for HDMI. When these are active red, it means that there is a signal going into them. So let's go ahead and walk through it one last time. Right now I've got Windows. Here I will use the Epson remote and I'll hit source search, the top right. And when I do that, it's going to go down the list and find HDMI for my Chromebook. So the Chromebook's output is 2. That's input 2. Input 2 to the system. So the projector is playing that. I've still got Windows up on displays 2 and 3, but I want displays 2 and 3 to be my Chromebook. So now I'm going to change displays 2 and 3 to be HDMI. And I do that with the TV remote. The TV remote, I'll click HDMI, press HDMI there, and it's going to find that, and there, and it's going to find that. Now what I need to do over here is make sure that these are all red now. Red means that the TV is correctly selected. So now that I've pressed HDMI over there, red means that signal is flowing through the system to its correct output. So now the Chromebook is playing on both displays in the wall as well as the Epson projector. Sound will play from each device. It will play from the projector when I hit play here. You can hear audio coming from each display, and then if I use the volume here,
Help me, because I was detained there with the king
you heard
of
that
Persia.
start.
Now I have come to
So,
explain to you
hopefully
what
you've
will
enjoyed
happen
this
to your
tutorial.
people in the future.
This is the early stage of the Digital Learning Center in the library. Please call or email Jan Figa or Mike Westbrook. And what will happen at that point is basically you can schedule an event and hold your class in here to do some of the things that we will look at as far as creating a Google site, an e-portfolio, or really just working together on collaborating on a Google document. If people have sent you items, you will see that on Shared with Me. One of the things that I want to work on in the Digital Learning Center is to be able to use this system to work collaboratively. I've created a folder called ePortfolios, which is a project I'm currently working on, and what we can do is work together and kind of plan out what we're going to use for these e-portfolios. And notice here on the table, we're able to both, Jan and I say, are both able to edit this document together. And we actually did create one new image in this system by copying and pasting. So what I did, this image was not present in the document when Jan sent it to me initially, but I copied and pasted it from one of my Google Docs. And it shows in Moodle how you can create a rubric and add points together so that you can correctly assess your students' work. And then I've added the fact that there are commercial applications out there that'll let you grade via a rubric. So, you know, as people work more and more together using a shared document, you're able to use the Digital Learning Center here to really collaborate in a way that's convenient and fast. So please come by the Digital Learning Center at your convenience, and we look forward to seeing you. If you have any questions, please email helpdesk@ic.edu. Thanks a lot.